There's been a couple interesting stories in the news cycle. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Black Hawk helicopter crash. Let's jump into the video and go from there. Let's watch it. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that this Black Hawk helicopter or the plane didn't see each other. I don't understand this. I mean, already Democrats are blaming Donald Trump, you know, all the liberal nut jobs in social media. Somehow this is Trump's fault. He was flying the planes. He had anything to do with hiring the people driving the planes or fixing the planes. So somehow, some way, everything that goes wrong around the planet is Trump's fault. He's only been in office, 2 weeks. But to me, this looks intentional. I don't know how you don't see each other. And when you think about it, and you think about how crazy the people that hate Trump are, how deranged and psychotic they are, I wouldn't put anything past them to make Donald Trump look bad. Nothing. I mean, they tried to get rid of the man 3 times. They've done everything, and Democrats, liberals, nut jobs have done everything in their power to try to get rid of Donald Trump, including trying to take his life. So something like this being done on purpose to try to make Trump look bad, I don't doubt it. Is it a possibility? Of course it's a possibility. Just like every other thing that psychotic, sick, demented liberals have done to try to, end Trump's life or make him look bad. I don't know what there's more to say. I think some very interesting things are going to come from this story about the pilot, who the passengers are. I don't think it's just an open and closed case of, it was an accident. I don't believe that. RFK nukes Bernie Sanders yesterday. Bernie Sanders is one of the biggest frauds America has ever seen. This guy's never worked a day in his life. He's worth millions. He pretends to be for the working man and the little guy. He's a gutless, spineless, coward worm. Let's watch RFK destroy him.
I'm going to make America healthier than other countries in the world right now.
Will you guarantee do what every other major country does? That's a simple question.
And by the way, Bernie, the problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies, it's in Congress too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
Protecting
their interests.
No, Bernie, I'm not corrupt. I don't do those things. I've never worked a day of my life, but I'm worth, $35 million off a salary of $90,000 a year. I'm Bernie Sanders. No. I would never do such a thing. I'm better than that.
I thought that would no.
Yeah, who are you yelling at?
Like you. I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
In 2020, you were the single largest
because I had
receiver of pharmaceutical money
from workers all over this country.
Yeah, sure.
Workers,
you were the
not a nickel from corporate tax.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in the industry.
1.5 million.
Yeah, out of 200 million. All right, but...
I love it. He's saying he got the money from workers. Meanwhile, he's getting money from pharmaceutical companies. He's turning bright red, because the fraud Bernie Sanders, Bernie bros. Oh, yeah, Bernie's for the bros who don't want to work, and everybody should just get welfare and don't worry about hard work. Yeah, Take after Bernie. Never worked a day in his life. He's a crook, a coward, a communist, a piece of garbage. That's what Bernie Sanders is.
You have not answered. Last question.
You want to know the biggest reason why I can't stand Bernie Sanders? The biggest reason. I want you to picture your 6-year-old with his book bag and his lunchbox, and he's all excited or she's all excited to go to preschool, first day of school. They're all excited. I'm going to make friends. You picture them getting on the bus, going to school. Well, if it was up to Bernie Sanders, they would be taught critical race theory the minute that they got to kindergarten. And in critical race theory, if you're a white student, a Caucasianoid, Bernie Sanders here wants you to be taught that you're evil because of your skin, that you're evil because you're white. F Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is an effing piece of garbage. He's a coward. He's corrupt. And as far as, hey, Bernie, listen, you want to be the corrupt, coward, communist bum that you are? That's fine. It's none of my business. But leave effing people's kids alone, you piece of garbage. That's why I hate him. I don't dislike him. I hate Bernie Sanders. And that's why. Leave people's kids alone, dirtbag. So next up, Donald Trump is ordering all federal employees to remove their pronouns from their emails and all that other type of garbage. He also signed a bill. Just think about what 2025 is. Donald Trump had to basically sign a bill to tell our government and school systems that there's only 2 genders and you don't get to pick. This is the insanity that Democrats bring to our country, where we need the president of the United States to sign a bill to tell people enough's enough already. There's only 2 genders, not 72. You don't get to pick or choose. We're not playing this game anymore. This is what happens when adults take over. Everybody's losing their minds, and I absolutely love it. I love it. You know why? Because I love the truth. I love common sense. I love facts. That's what I love. I was once told that thinking that there's only 2 genders is thinking from 100 years ago. Your logic is from 75 years ago. And I told her point blank, this so-called educated professional, I said, no, it's called common sense. You can play this delusional game. That's like me telling everybody right now, you know what? You're going to address me as president, and if you don't, you're a racist. And I want you fired from your job. And you should be canceled and lose all your social media and all your privileges and your banking and everything if you don't refer to me as president. See, you would look at that as ridiculous, but the whole argument that you can't tell somebody that has a mental disorder, you're a man, you need to get over it. You don't need tampons in the bathroom you use because you're a man. And men don't use tampons. It's really as simple as that. See, when you're an adult, and Donald Trump is an adult, and he has to clean up all Democrats' stupid mess, all the garbage that they spew to your children and the world, we're joke around the world under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Because we don't tell grown men, hey, off the clock, you could do whatever you want. You want to wear high heels, you want to say you're a woman, you want to put a tampon on, no problem. You could do what you want when you're not at work. You could do what you want when you're, off the clock in the military. We don't care. But you're not going to bring your delusional mind and destroy the fabric of our company, our government, our school systems, our children's minds with this type of garbage. And that's what Donald Trump is doing right now. He's setting boundaries. I don't even call it setting boundaries. It's so, you know what? He is setting boundaries. And it's absolutely pathetic that he has to even go there to set this boundary. Democrats, there is no limits. There is no limits to their vile behavior. There are no boundaries. And again, if you're an adult and that's what you want to do, knock yourself out. But that's not good enough for Democrats. They want your 6-year-old. They want your 5-year-old to believe in this ideology. They want your kids to turn against you if you don't go along with this nonsense. This is what they teach your kids. So let's watch Kamala here, another one of the biggest pieces of garbage to ever walk planet Earth. Let's watch her do our pronouns during a meeting.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome these leaders for coming in to have this very important discussion about some of the most pressing issues of our time. I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit.
Right. We have to talk about some of the most pressing moments of our time. Pronouns. Men that want to be called she and her. Those are the biggest moments in America right now. Not inflation, not the border, not crime, not high gas prices, food prices, and everything else. Pronouns. That's the biggest issue in our country right now, according to Kamala. Every person in America should be thanking God every single day for Donald Trump being born and for Donald Trump winning the election. You see, this is what happens when adults take over America and love America like President Trump and love Americans like President Trump. He's not going to allow all these other countries to take advantage of us anymore at all. So now, when they want to pull their nonsense, he's going to put tariffs on them. And what do Democrats do? What's the Democrat lie, the liberal lie? Oh, all the prices are going to go up and it's going to cost the American taxpayer thousands of dollars and your life's going to be over. That's always the Democrat lie. Meanwhile, the only people destroying America are Democrats and liberals with their lunacy. So let's let Donald Trump tell you himself what his tariffs are going to be about.
We're going to be a tariff nation. It's not going to be a cost to you. It's going to be a cost to another country. I heard Kamala the other day, Comrade Kamala. She said, oh, if you do that, he's raising your taxes. No, no, no. I'm not raising your taxes. I'm raising China and all of these countries in Asia and all over the world, including the European Union, by the way, which is one of the most egregious. They don't take. We're going to be a tariff nation. It's not going to be a.
Donald Trump is a man of his word. He keeps his promises. If he says the tariffs aren't going to cost the American citizens $1, then you should believe him. He's for America and Americans first. And Democrats, they hate this. There's nothing funnier or more vile and disgusting than Democrats and liberals pretending to be Americans that actually care. Because every decision that they have made for America hurts America and American citizens.